What is up, guys? If you're watching this, that means you got another day. This is going to be a little bit of a different video from the normal pace. No, there's no cars here, there's no crazy photo shoots or anything like that. Today's video is just going to be something very real because I wanted to catch you up on everything that's going on, because for those of you who've been following along, yes, my name is Collette. I am on the YouTuber 2020 journey. I'm trying to pursue it full time, and I'm trying to do it right here in Hollywood, California, arguably one of the most expensive places to live, but one of the only places where you can find the amount of cars and opportunity and all kinds of things that I've been chasing after with this YouTube channel. Here is where we are in life.
It's about that time again.
Every day is insanely stressful, like real stress. To catch you guys up on just kind of where I'm at, I guess mentally, where's the stress coming from? Mostly from finances. I'm gambling everything for YouTube. This is the dumbest, craziest, riskiest thing I've ever done in my life, but that's kind of what you have to do for something that you really believe in. Right now, I would say my YouTube channel is doing well, but not showing enough progress for it to make sense for me to be able to pursue this full-time anytime soon. I came up with a game plan on how to double down on basically everything. I looked at other YouTubers, especially automotive ones, and I'm like, okay, what did they do to make it work? And all of them kind of have the same common denominator. There was a huge risk involved at some point. So if you look at some of your favorite channels, I'll use our favorite, the Stradman as an example. He basically left his job, financed a Lamborghini, and lived in it for a couple days. That was following, trying to do car spotting and stuff in LA, where his financial situation was very tough. And then it just came to a breaking point where, like, the day job went out the door. He gambled everything on a vehicle and this lifestyle that he dreamed about, and it worked. Here's my plan, and I also want to make everybody very aware that I am not the Stradman, I'm not James, and I'm trying to make my own channel. So while James is a friend of mine, as are many other YouTubers like, Life of Paulos and DDE and some of your favorite ones out there, I am Collette, and my journey is unique to me, and my game plan is unique to me, and while I have great mentors and people helping me along the journey, I want to make sure that my story is written and told by me, not a carbon copy of someone else's. Here's the game plan, guys. Here's where all the risk is coming involved and why I wake up just worried every day. I've spent every dollar that I have on a turbo kit for a Mustang so that I can have a car that is both fast enough and crazy enough to do collaborations with other big YouTubers. The turbo, I'm going to be very real and honest with you guys on the numbers here, okay? I had about $3,000 in my bank account, checking and savings together. I live in Hollywood. The rent for this place with utilities is somewhere around $1,500 a month. Not a lot of extra cash here. I had money coming in from the Air Force and from some paid photo shoots that I did that was going to be able to cover the basic costs of a turbo. The turbo kit was $4,000. The tune for it was $700, and the brakes that I bought, kind of like what's on my hat here, the brakes and the rotors, a little over $1,000. The installation for the brakes is going to be anywhere from $300 to $500, and the installation on the turbo is going to be anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000. Out the door, we're looking somewhere in the ballpark of $8,000 to $10,000 on just car modifications alone. With the Air Force money I have coming in the paid photo shoots, I should basically break even on costs with only $1,000 to $2,000 left in my bank account after all this is said and done, following a couple paychecks that come through with my day job as well. You can see why this is stressful for me, because if anything goes wrong, if my engine blows up, if my transmission explodes, if a camera breaks, if there's anything in my life, a health issue, doesn't matter what it is, if anything goes wrong, I simply cannot afford it. So I'm putting myself in a not so great financial position right now. I'm taking the risk as calculated as I can to basically make a channel that's interesting for you guys to watch. I want to make it clear that I don't know how much longer I will stay with the job that I'm at now, because I've been here for 2 years now, and I only make $2,800 to $3,000 a month with this job. I am making minimum wage in California. On top of that, I have the occasional paid photo shoot. I get paid well for photo shoots, but there's not a ton of them. I spend a lot of time trying to edit YouTube videos and a lot of time trying to set up collaborations with people to boost my Instagram and YouTube following. I spend almost more time, if not more time, on that, on the outside hours than I do on a regular full-time job during the week. There's really no room for anything else besides YouTube and making the basic amount of money that I need to cover my expenses. I looked through my credit card bills very closely, and the only expenses I have are quite literally food, gas, and any essential things that I need to live. So like clothing and my running shoes and repairs on my computer. Maybe if I'm out shooting, I buy fast food on the go, something like that. But other than that, like, my expenses are very, very, very tight. In the next month, here's where all this money is basically going. I am trying to set myself up to start the first collaboration with the Burlocker. Once my car is turboed, engineers over at Ford's advice, we will be turboing it to 450 to the wheel for a basic daily tune and 550 to the wheel for a race tune. The motor basically explodes at 600, so you can see that we're taking this very close. The transmission can give out really whenever. It's a ticking time bomb. I've been advised by Automafia Racing, the guys that are doing the turbo, that said basically if you don't build out your transmission to make it stronger, it will die eventually. When that will happen, we don't know. It all depends on how hard and aggressively you drive it and how quickly that you can get the build out upgrades in it. Now the build out, some of the upgrades are somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 just for parts, plus whatever it costs to install those, and I have no idea what it costs to take apart a transmission for the Mustang. So very expensive, things I can't afford. The risk factor is very high. I started to look at like other jobs or things that might be able to pay me more money. It's interesting because right now I'm in like this kind of catch-22 situation. The job that I have right now has a fantastic boss, and I work from home, and I have hours that allow me to shoot in the afternoons, go to car events and things like that. My job doesn't require any hours outside of the fixed ones from 7:30 to 3:30 each day, so there are a lot of advantages there. The disadvantages are that, well, the pay is extremely low. I think everybody that I know that has a job is making more money than me, which is a bit frustrating because, you know, coming from someone that has a college degree, other career experience, and military background, to be still making minimum wage in a place like Hollywood, obviously I have no one to blame but myself, but the job that I'm currently in, like I said, provides some opportunities that in my opinion currently outweigh one that would pay more. So for example, if I had to go into an office where I have to work late hours or something like that and had to sacrifice YouTube throughout the entire week, or just longer hours where I didn't have time to edit YouTube videos, but I was getting paid a little bit more, to me it wouldn't be worth it. I'm kind of like in this mental battle of, am I too comfortable with my job? Do I need to take an even bigger risk and try somewhere else? There's also a lot of job security where I'm at because I am friends with the people that are in charge. It's not like a typical place where you may be one mess up and you're all of a sudden without a job. When I'm making as many financial risks as I am now with the vehicle, it's hard for me to want to gamble on the career side of things, but at some point something has to give, and I just don't know when or where that will be and what that will look like. There's a lot of unknowns. Once the turbo is complete, my first collaboration is set with the Burlocker. I think I mentioned I'm gonna drive out to Utah and probably do some stuff with the Stradman and all of my car friends out in Utah. That was originally planned to be in the end of October, maybe beginning of November, just depending on when the turbo comes in and can get installed. It takes 3 days to install. What I did to be able to afford that turbo, by the way, because I only have a couple $1,000s in my bank account, I took out a loan because I know the amount of money that I'm getting from the Air Force will be enough to pay off the loan, but I needed the turbo sooner rather than later. They're only making a few of them. They already sold out and I got the first allocation. So in order for that to happen, I had to take out a loan to get the money, and now I'm dealing with a mountain of paperwork on the Air Force side just to get the money that was owed to me. It was from back in August, and I probably won't see that money till maybe January. This is the situation that I'm in right now. I want to do some things on the channel that are a little bit different. I don't want to just do the, you know, BTS and the photo shoots or the car rallies or things like that. I know that we will be upping the content game when I start to race some people, when I have a very quick car, but I want to do some really crazy stuff because there are some YouTubers out there that have blown up just from 1 or 2 videos because they did the right thing, and it requires you to do something bold. And I think I'm at the point right now where, given my financial circumstances and given my level of risk of being in Hollywood, which I also want to mention that our landlord is putting this home up for sale. I figured that out this past weekend, so that means that we won't even be able to live here by this time next year. There's going to have to be a move at some point. I don't know where I'm going to go and who I'm going to live with and what it's going to cost, but the timer is ticking. So not only do I have to figure figure out how to speed up the YouTube thing, but now there is a very realistic issue, challenge, whatever you want to call it, that I wasn't planning for, and that is assuming that nothing goes wrong with the vehicle as well. A lot of unknowns on the horizon, which with a lot of unknowns comes opportunity for you to really push yourself out of your comfort zone, because before, working at a day job that is comfortable and making the videos that I've been making, which are comfortable, I'm willing to take some risks. So with that said, I would love for you guys to drop some things in the comments that you would love to see me do, people that you would love me to collaborate with, if you have any resources or people that you know that I should collaborate with, and know that it doesn't have to be car related or photography related or model related. I am willing to take this channel wherever it needs to go so that you can go YouTuber full time in the year 2020, if not very, very soon after, especially with the living situation being up in the air. If it comes down to whatever it comes down to for me to stay in LA, that's what I'm willing to do. Just wanted to catch you guys up on everything that's going on and all the risks that I'm taking so that you know it isn't a perfect life in LA. There isn't an easy, clear-cut path on how to do this. Also insanely expensive, makes it twice as difficult by not being able to make a lot of money. I just want you guys to know that this is a real journey. We're writing it one chapter at a time, and I am super glad that all of you are a part of it and support this channel and believe in it as much as I do, because I still do believe that it's only a matter of time before this channel pops off. I just want to make sure that I can do whatever it takes to make that happen as soon as possible. I upload videos every single Tuesday, every single Thursday, and every single Sunday. Oh my god, I hope we go YouTuber full-time in 2020, because I am sure as hell stressed about it. I will catch you guys at the next episode. Peace. Whoa, I forgot two things. Number one, guys, this hat and this shirt are on my merch store now. This store will go away any day. I stopped paying for it because I simply cannot afford it. I just shared all my financials with you and you know why. So once that day comes, no more prints, no more apparel, no more anything till I can get in a better financial position. So if you want any of this merch, you don't do it just to like support me, because I only make like $3 on a sale anyway. Some things I almost break even, and that's just because I want to make the apparel as cheap as possible for you guys to be able to have it if you actually want it. So I'm gonna put the link to in the description below to that apparel store or presets, prints, or anything like that. Number two, Discord. By the time you watch this video, Life of Paulus will have announced the Discord channel on his page as well. I'm gonna link that in the description below as well. If you don't know what Discord is, basically a place for text and voice and video chat, and we have created a server where anything car related you guys can go to, and we're going to do live chats with Life of Paulus and myself, and our game plan is to bring a lot more of your favorite YouTubers on the page as well, so that you can talk to them and get to interact with them in a place other than just YouTube or Instagram comments. Discord is my exit strategy for the day job. So if we are able to get this channel enough people and monetize it in a way where they're premium services that you guys want to pay for just like, I think we're planning on like $2 or $3 a month. It might change depending on how much we can add to the channel, but it's going to be really cheap and it's going to be really sick. So anything that you guys want to see on the Discord channel, drop it in the comments as well, because managing that full-time with Life of Paulus is hopefully going to be the job that takes over the one that I'm at now, and I would love to do that way more than what I'm doing now. So support the Discord channel, support this channel by clicking subscribe and that notification bell, and I will catch you guys at the next episode. God dang, I am stressed out. Peace.
I might lie to you just to get through the night with you. Hope that's alright. No, you lie to